G'day, I'm Chris Rutland from Pioneer Seeds. I'm the Territory Manager for the Dalby and Western Downs area, and today I'm with Rodney, Skene and also Clancy Cosgrove from Agri. Rodney and his family are from Meldon Park Simmentals, just on the edge of Cecil Plains. In the 2023 season, Rodney and the family planted mega feed for the first time, and one of the first crops of mega feed to be planted on the Downs in the 23-24 season. And I've just asked Rod and Clancy just to give me a couple of tips and a bit of feedback with regard to their experience with mega feed this season. So yeah, Rodney, planted in September last year.
Yeah, planted early. Under the pivot, we pre-watered and then planted and watered it up. Yeah, we were pretty desperate for feed, yeah. So we probably stuffed up a bit with our planting rate. We were a bit thicker than what we wanted to because of the size of the seed, but we were real happy with it,
Yeah, excellent. Clancy, what are your thoughts with regard to establishment of the crop being a little bit thick and I guess a fairly cool start in the 23 spring?
Yeah, thickness, it was definitely there. We probably got every seed up, and then and being a cool start, it probably did struggle a little bit, but I don't think comparison to any other varieties that it was any worse than anything else I saw.
Yeah.
But no, as soon as we could get it watered and get it established, it went pretty well, really.
Yep. In terms of nutrition, what was put on here this season?
Nutrition was probably a couple of 100 kilos of urea applied pre-plant, with the intention of topping it up, once or twice, depending on how things went. Came out of Pioneer corn crop last year, which was cut for silage, so we probably knew that we were a bit on the lighter end. But being so dry, we didn't know how the season was going to pan out either, so we thought we'd probably try and save our money where we could and just see how it all went.
Yeah.
And so when was the first time the cattle were introduced into the block later in the season?
Yeah, end of November. Put 100 cows and calves in with the intentions of splitting it in half, and the old girls didn't agree with that. They knocked the fence over, so they had the whole show to themselves, yeah.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, and they did a good job. They moved around the circle and kept it pretty even, and did real well on it.
Yep. And so they would have been around about that 1 to 1.2 metres high, I'm guessing, by the end of November. I suppose.
Yeah,
I guess it started raining in November.
Probably a bit higher by the time we got them in.
Okay.
It definitely kept up with them. There's no worries about that, and because there's some they didn't get to, and we didn't really get in crop rain, any decent rain until start of January. Yeah. So we watered it once while the cattle were in here, and other than that, it was it really saved our butt. Yeah.
And their grazing habits, what was their main choice, going around picking off the leaf or stem, or?
No, they didn't actually strip the leaves. They were eating stem and all. So which was good. Yeah.
Excellent. And once you've done that first grazing, did you take the cattle off, or they've had the opportunity to pretty much graze the whole year?
No, we took the cows and calves out and threw 50 bulls in, probably 12 months to 15-month-old bulls. Yeah, and they're still in it now, so they've been in here for a while now. February we put them in, and it is now the middle of April, so they've been in here that long.
Yeah, great.
Yep.
Excellent. In terms of overall performance, you've grown a number of different forages over the years, I'm sure. Any thoughts in terms of how this has performed compared to other forages?
The thing that impresses me is so late to run it up the head. I'm very impressed with that. We've had other varieties here at the moment that were planted a lot later and just gone bush straight to head. So I think that's a huge advantage.
Yeah. And so that gives you the ability to, I guess, good flexibility with regard to the crop. You can manage it how you want to manage it. Yeah. You can graze it. You can then also cut it for hay if you so want to as well. And what are your thoughts around stem size?
Oh, I think it'd make beautiful hay. We did mention it, but because it's been such a wet period since then, we weren't going to cut it down the ground, and the ground's pretty rough because the amount of cattle have been through it. But for blokes that wanted to graze and then cut it or whatever. Yeah, it just looks good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Clancy, do you think a product like Mega Feed would suit quite well to standover feed and to leave throughout the winter period?
Yeah, I think so, Chris. Yeah, I think, you know, it probably came, you and I came out and sort of talked Skenes into growing it. They'd never grown it before, no one ever had, so that it was the right variety for the situation we had here. There's no other feed anywhere. Liz had the cows needed to be somewhere for a long period of time, and you know, we chose this and it worked out, you know, pretty well went to plan, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. I mean, the other option we would have probably gone corn again, but our ring tank was nearly empty.
Yep.
So we had limited water. And yeah, once you have silage, you've still got to have that daily job of feeding them all. Where if you can just lock your cows and calves up and walk away, it's so much easier. Yeah.
I guess the good thing about forage is there's a lot more water use efficient than corn.
Yes.
A lot more forgiving. And I guess the versatility of this product is you got those options to graze in the paddock, cut it for hay if you want to, and I think with Mega Feed too, I think you've got the ability to leave it go to head, start to get to that milky dough phase, and you can also chop it as well once the moisture start coming back out of the crop.
Yeah, I think that the benefit with this variety all along was, you know, it was just leaf.
Yeah,
from ground to wherever it was growing to, you know, all the way through the season. Like, even now, you know, this is all leaf right to the top, and just the quality of feed's been there the whole time.
Yep. And there's some obviously other patches in here that are a lot taller. I mean, Mega Feed can get up to 3.2 or even 3.5 metres in height, so it's quite a high product, particularly when it's had the right conditions, moisture and nutrition. The other thing I've noticed across the growing region is it generally doesn't lodge unless the cattle knock it over on the ground, but it's really good standability, and I think the other thing is too, it also builds its sweetness as its maturity comes into later in the phase of the growing cycle too. So yeah, I think it's a pretty good versatile product. I'm glad you had a good experience with it, and yeah, hopefully what are the plans over winter, I suppose? What are you thinking now going forward?
Yeah, well, in here we'll definitely have cows and calves in it again, and you're saying it's going to be as sweet as some of the other products out there. It's just what we want, and it'll copper hammer and over winter and fertilise it and go again next summer.
Yep.
See what it looks like.
Yep. Yeah, look, I think from a persistence point of view, I think given the plant stand you got here, the moisture it's got, give it a bit more nutrition and kick it away into the next season. I think in 4 months' time, once we head almost into early spring, I think it's got the ability to kick away too. Definitely. So any other thoughts in terms of Mega Feed for the season?
Yeah, it just turned out to, you know, do the job that we wanted it to do.
Yeah, great. Excellent. Very good. Well, if you have any questions with regard to Mega Feed coming into future seasons, you can contact myself or any other territory manager in the Pioneer regions or any of your farm service consultants. And yeah, thank you, Rodney and Clancy, for your time and giving us the feedback on the Mega Feed product. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Chris.
Cheers, guys.
Yeah,
Thanks.
Cheers.